Right, cool. Then let's begin. Let's kick it all off. Yeah. So in terms of your questions, MB, basically what I see here, first of all, in like the free program, what we discuss in here is that for example, your bio. Let's just zoom in a little bit. For your bio consists of a few strong lines of information to share what you do with your consumers, but also to state how your page is different. Bios can differ based on the goal you have. Oh, spelling mistake. With the bio, it can definitely or it can have different end goals like build more trust, credibility, authority, know-how, people know what you do, or generate leads, right? So this is how we actually structure a bio. State what you do in the first line. So your bio needs to have 3 lines, right? That's basically the initial goal. It needs to have 3 lines. So first one is state what you do, how you're different, help people, what you do to make them follow you, whatever the case is. Uh, do you guys see a big ass lag spike in my camera? Because it can be because of the recording. Oh well, I think I look like a pixelated bot. So in the first line, state what you do, right? So your cap or your bio has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, right? So that's thing number one. First line, follow for daily content. I have no clue what you do, man. I guess you post daily content, but so does every other Instagram theme page. So I don't know. What do you do? Then second line, credibility, trust, authority. I know what you like to see, G. No. Welcome to the 1% club. Could be a credibility line, right? Then the last line, CTA, right? Change your perspective. Yeah, unlock your full play. No CTA, right? So it's a 50-50, right? So what I would do is in the first line, I would, for example, have this. Unlock your full potential or change your perspective, whichever one you want to create, right? Then in the second line, I would have something like welcome to the 1% club or something to do with 1% club or whatever, right? Could also to do with your username. And I'll actually analyze one of the clients pages, one of our clients pages in here to show you exactly what a really good bio looks like. His conversion is really high, motivating people to escape the 9 to 5. I know exactly what he's doing, right? Discipline is the foundation for motivation. Interesting. Credibility, value, authority. Cool. Then the last line, follow the journey and be definitely better, which has to do with his username, right? So this is a CTA, right? So it's a very, very simple but really structured bio. And he grew, I don't know, 27k followers within, I don't know how much, but like a very short time. I'll actually share it in here. So 23k in the last 30 days. That's pretty good, to be honest. So, yep, that's basically what we do. Your page basically consists out of a few things. It consists out of your profile, right? Your profile optimization. If you, for example, get a viral video, you can go viral for whatever reason, right? You can blow up, you can have 1 million views. But if you don't understand exactly how you went viral and how followers actually work, then you're not going to gain a single follower. Profile optimization is the first key. Second is content and traffic and, for example, going viral, right? The VRSA system, which I literally have on my YouTube channel, right? Literally go to youtube.com/Alex Thompson. Like, it's all here, guys. All the stuff you need to go viral, to grow an audience, to make money online, it is here. Right? We have literally a whole free program like inside of the freaking community. I'll also share it with you here. So you can tap on the channel, you can go there, fill in your information, and then you'll be added automatically to the free program, which I basically am discussing right here, right? So let's look at the YouTube channel, the VRSA system, right? I explained it before in one of the calls, but this is basically a mastermind recording of a mastermind that I did for my friend Arno. He basically runs a, I don't know, 6-figure coaching business. Arno something. What is his last name? It's Arno. Yeah, from Massover. This guy basically. 1 million and at 25 changed over 150 lives forever. Like, he's basically doing coaching as well. And for the people that don't know me exactly and think, who's this fucking guy telling me all this shit, please I am a guy that knows what he's doing. I run 18 different accounts, have 4.6 million followers, and helped thousands of people with an Instagram page, grow it, monetize it, make money from it, get sales, better conversion, make funnels, whatever it is, I help people with it. Copywriting, right? So we actually show people exactly step by step how they should do this and how they can actually make money and actually build a good following from this. But also how any beginner like you can do this also for free, right? That's what this fucking Discord is for. And that's why 6 people out of 1,800 show up to this fucking call. Like, I mean, Armin is here again. I mean, this is just what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that you and any other person has the thing to succeed in something they want to do. For example, Instagram. I don't care if it's agency, if it's this or this or this. But with this, it's so key to understand that this shit is so valuable. Like, all this shit that I'm telling you is super valuable. If you, for example, implement everything, if you learn everything, if you know how to grow an audience, do you think a company benefits from more traffic to Instagram, from you reaching their target audience, from the target audience then turning into sales, sales turning into revenue, revenue turning into growth of a company? Do you see how that all adds up? I never started all the way from the bottom just with one simple Instagram page. I started working at a company. I did it for them, right? I got hired as a marketing consultant, or like as an intern, basically as marketing, right? And I had to do the operation side of things for the whole wholesale company. I had to manage people, a team, etc. It was all fun. But then they saw what I did online with the marketing, and they were like, "God damn, Alex, you got some great results." And then they said, "Well, we want to hire you. We want to hire you, and we want to obviously let you in the internship spend more time on the social media." And then I grew their like fashion account, whatever it was, to 2K followers within a week or within 10 days, right? We got a decent amount of sales out of it. I was able to run the whole Facebook ads, like everything, right? The marketing side of things. And that's just one example of one of the many companies that also hired me after. But it's the same stuff that I'm teaching here. Like, where's the whiteboard? Yeah. We're getting to the whiteboard soon. For the people that don't know, I basically got this shit. Wait, let me just show you. This shit is basically a board which I can just draw on. I can literally just grab my pen and start drawing. And I'm sure you basically saw in the chats that I had a whole whiteboard session with my whole client group. And I'll actually share the video module with you as well. It was really, really good, to be honest. Where is it here? I'll show it with you, or share it with you. And Armin, let me know, man. Like, if you have any questions in the meantime. I know you started your new account, maybe some stuff in the business, how many sales that you make, what did you do, stuff like that. I'd be more than happy to consult you on that one. I also started a new, working with a new coach. He's basically, or a consultant. He's basically helping me scale to 50 to 100K a month right now in revenue for the business. And it's going pretty well. We had our first few sessions, and I just have a lot that I need to basically do. Also for this free community, right, there's going to be a whole bunch of different things that are going to change. Let's see here, this one. This is basically the whole free community, or free client community. So basically for 2 hours and 40 minutes. This is basically a form that I also recommended all of the clients to go through, or like send to, for example, their friends, right? So what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What can you count on me for? What can you not count on me for? And what can you count on me for? This is so good because you get so many like different opinions and views, but you always have to keep close to yourself. But it's really good to like see, okay, what do other people think my weaknesses are, etc. Went viral multiple times, 2 vids on 1 million views. Good stuff, man. Like, share the fucking wins in the channel, man. I'm finishing my offer right now. Yeah, if you want me to analyze your offer, go ahead and send it over in a document or whatever. And then I just can grab it in here. Make sure it's as valuable as you are selling it for. We optimized the bio for Richmond. We also did some page analysis. Oh yeah, this was one of the notes. I just like shared my phone screen. Started taking... This is basically like all the notes for the VRSA system, right? So 10 to 20% of the viral statistics of a video you can then post. I'm not going to get into this because it takes, as you can see, 2 hours and 40 minutes. But type a yes if you want me to actually upload this recording onto YouTube. It's my paid client community. People basically paying me 4K, 3K for weekly coaching calls for a whole free, like a whole pay program, like with 140 video modules. All the stuff that's in here is all for free, right? But I also have a whole paid side where people coach, or I coach people one-on-one. If you want me to post that on YouTube, type a yes and I might consider it, because I already discussed it with them on the call and they said, man, if you share this shit, like, it's gonna be crazy. Okay, let's see. We'll do some drawing in this call as well. Don't worry. I have my pen ready. Let's see. Yeah, so this was basically the drawing of like the input and output circle. And what happens is that like a lot of input and output starts here, right? At the beginning, it starts with that circle, right? The big circle. Input and output just comes from taking the first step, right? Analyzing what's the input, what's the output. And the first circle step, all this shit, all this beginning stuff is all emotional balance, or imbalance, sorry. So this basically means that everything that happens within the first week or month or 2 months of taking a change, doing something different with your input and output, it basically translates to an emotional imbalance. And that's where people like stop doing something, right? They fear something, they are afraid of something, they don't feel comfortable doing it, right? Even cold showers. And that's why people in books basically call it, after 30 days you made your habit, or like a habit, or a to-do turned into a habit, or whatever they call it, right? I'm sure you know what I mean. But it basically means that in the first 30 to 45 days or so, people are emotional imbalance between the things they do. So for example, in that input and output drawing, basically the circle, it's kind of like a wheel, right? The first initial stage you have to do is you first have to turn the wheel once, right? That's basically the first circle around the input and output. You basically put energy in, you get something out of it, right? But it's not a lot because you didn't put a lot of it in. Then what happens is it goes again, and it goes again. And do you see how the circle is going bigger and bigger? This basically means that the wheel, right, the impact is getting bigger and bigger. So the bigger the wheel, the obviously fucking more the impact it is, right? Same thing with input and output. The more input you can deliver into something, the more output you can get. And it's a very simple like thing to explain, but like explaining it through, for example, that wheel, right? The first little stage is you, for example, saying, oh, I'm quitting porn, I'm quitting video games, whatever it is that first initial wheel. So either people start at the big one, then they fail because they realize, fuck man, like this is way too hard. They go back to what they were doing before. So they always go back and forth, but they never choose to do the small step first. People call it steps, people call it habits, 30 days, whatever it is. But it's basically like looking at it as a wheel. The more you spin around, the faster it goes and the bigger the wheel, right? So it's kind of like a domino system. The first domino is the smallest, then the bigger one, then the bigger one, then the bigger one. Imagine a domino or a wheel so big that it can literally roll over the earth. Imagine the output you have then, right? And the amount of impact you have on something. So that's basically the input and output system. Then what I go over here is, let's see, people. Okay, so there's two different people in this world, right? I'm actually going to draw it right now as well. I hope I don't show all my important notes. Okay, so I'm going to start the drawing early because you initiated it, Armin. Okay, so there's two people in the world, right? Oh, well, when you feel stuck, there's two types of people. Person one. Can you, by the way, see my screen, guys, before I start drawing shit and it's not there? Type a yes real quick in the chat, or a whiteboard or whatever it is. Yeah, yes. Okay, cool. Basically, there's two types of people in the world. You have person one and you have person two. Now, what happens is with input and output, either someone basically puts something in, right? So this is basically the person itself, and this is, or well, how do I draw this exactly? Or explain this in the correct way. The person, the input, output, brain. Yeah, okay. So you have the person, right? You have the person itself, and this is basically the physical. So physical, right? This is basically what's called the physical, right? For you working out. Then you have the brain itself. So let's just name this the brain, right? This is the brain. Then what happens is you choose, for example, physically to do something, right? That's step one. Then from your brain, it goes to, for example, step 2. Then from your brain, you basically decide to do something, right? You put your mental capacity, you put your brain capacity towards something. You basically want to do something. So either you have two people in this world, either someone who knows they're doing shit, right? This is a shit, by the way, and they're getting a shit outcome back, right? Or people who, for example, so from physical it turns into mental, from mental it turns into what you're doing, right? Or people who think as if it's good, right? So let's say we call this good, this diamond is good, right? A diamond, ooh, nice. A diamond is good. They think they're doing something good in their brain, which actually equals to shit, right? And then they get shit input. So what I mean with this is, you have person 1, right? Person 1. And then you have person 2. Person 2. Basically, person 1 knows they're doing something shit, right? So for example, you eating crisps, you drinking beer, you doing something like that is knowing something you do shit, and then it gets you a shitty return, right? It's basically the cycle of doing something good equals something good, doing something shit equals something shit, right? So let's say you do something shit, it first equals to something physically not good, right? So either you get headaches, either you get stress, right? And the stress initiates first in the brain and then goes to the physical, right? But usually you can see it back in the physical. Same thing with you going to bed late. Very simple way to compare this, right? If you go to bed late, your eyes will have like all these, I don't know how you call it in English, but like this shit under the eyes, right? And then you're like not energized. Your muscle ache is more and more and more, whatever it is, right? That's the physical aspect of it. Of, let's say, you sleeping late, right? So we can take all kinds of examples of bad habits that people do, but it's very easily analyzed, because sleeping late just basically means that you physically are feeling shit after sleeping late, and then the brain is feeling even shitter because they can't focus, right? So all these people ask themselves like, okay, well, I don't know what's happening here. Like, I'm doing this, but nothing's happening, right? But there's two people in the world. One that knows they're doing shit and gets a shitty return, and the second doesn't know they're doing shit and thinks they're doing something good, but actually it equals shit. So my question to you, very interesting one. Which of the people, person 1 and person 2, right? So I'm just going to write person 1 again here for you guys to understand. Person 1, right? Don't judge my drawings. What person do you think is worse? Someone who does something shit, gets a shitty return and is okay with it, or someone that thinks they're doing something good and gets a shitty return? Okay, let's see. I'm very curious to see which people you will say. There's 8 people listening, so I hope you're all engaged. I want to see 8 answers. Person 1, person 2. Person 2 because he doesn't respect his higher self. Interesting. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? We got 4 answers right now. I'm just gonna call a few people out here. Paul, man, drop your answer. Same with CEO Jerry T. And Frosty Dog. Type your answer, man. Which person do you think is more shit? A person who basically does shit and knows he's doing shit, but he still continues, or someone who thinks he's doing something good that actually equals to shit? Which person do you think is worse? I'll reveal the answer when everyone answered. Oh, I think Jerry opted out. I mean, Armin, you gotta encourage your CEO guys, man. I don't want to live in a fake life. Sorry, I'm still rehabbing from my gym sesh. Okay, so that means option 1. He's my friend, by the way. Yeah, I thought so. Let's see here. Okay, well, I'll just disclose the answer and not have all this freaking excitement in the air. It's basically person 1. Bingo, bingo. Because people who are unaware of something and they're currently doing something over and over again, these people are always continuously lost. So they're always in a loop and in a cycle of continuously doing the same thing over and over, and then basically asking themselves what's happening, right? So it's always like good, they convince themselves or they think it's good, right? And 9 out of 10 times it's basically person 2, right? Everyone who is actually person 1 basically equals to person 2. Because what happens is a lot of people just convince themselves of shit, right? You might do it as well. I might do it as well, right? Like if you, for example, feel shit, or if you do shit, then a lot of people convince themselves of them doing something good and them doing something this, them doing something that, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, they either are person 1 or person 2. If you have a shitty output, if you have a shitty life right now, you're either person 1 or you're person 2. That's it. It's simple as that. And you have to understand the output metrics. And I'll quickly share it again here. Is that what we talked about here, right? You starting here, week 1, right? Week 1, then all the way going up to here are all the little steps, right? So what it's about is basically the exponentiality that we can create with this, right? So let's say you show up every single fucking day, even though you show up a little bit, right? This is basically the graph. Then this is, for example, money, right? Success, boom, boom, boom. And this is basically doo-doo, shit, right? You're starting there. Then let's say you show up every single day, then you're going to climb to that ladder every single day. And that's what people say with, for example, showing up. What they mean is you not just showing up, you being there, trying to do something, right? Even if you feel shit, even if it's 10%, then the little next step is going to be there. But let's say you feel 100%, then the next step is going to be there. Let's say you feel 1000%, then the next step is going to be there, right? So the exponentiality of continuously showing up creates the habit, right? But also creates that cycle of continuous improvement and improvement and improvement and improvement, right? And as you can see here, oh, my drawing fucked up. What basically is happening is that the circle you're going through is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So the wheel, the impact you actually have is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So CEO Jerry, I was waiting for your answer, man. What person do you think is more shit? Person 1 or person 2? Someone who's basically doing something and knows that he opted out again. He just wants to listen, man. He just wants to be unknown CEO. Okay, then we'll just continue with everything here. Do you guys have questions about this? Because it's a very interesting topic. And I'll also quickly start drawing a bit more about the theme pages stuff. So basically the step-by-step process. So step 1 is your page, right? And then mainly the creation. So what are the components you need to create a page? Your goal, your vision / mission, a sort of plan, right? Sort of a plan from a week-to-week basis. So what you do is you focus, every single week you focus on one thing. So this could be, for example, your offer, right? This could be on sales. This could be a learning of sales. This could be on copywriting. Oh, copywriting. Don't judge my drawing, guys. Trying to draw it real quick. Copywriting, for example, it could also be, I don't know, content branding, scaling, finances, whatever topic you teach, right? Then what happens is, it's a continuous draw from week to week basis. So every single week has its own topic, right? So for example, step 1 actually equals to week 1. Then let's go into week 2. Week 2, for example, content and traffic. This is actually the exact structure we have in a whole pay program as well, right? Then week 3 is offer. Week 4 is sales. And what you can do for your own program, if you're, let's say, creating a program or whatever, or if you want to go really fast, you can also shift this around. You can, for example, have your offer building stuff for your clients. You can also have that in week 1 or before week 1, that people actually build an offer and then build a profile around that offer. That also works, but we basically do the other way around because we want to first let people actually focus on creating a sustainable audience, because that's the hardest part. If you don't know how to grow, you have a really good offer, but it's not going to sell. If you don't know how to grow, if you don't know how to get traffic, if you don't know how algorithms work, you're not going to get any sales. Or, well, at least I wouldn't say that, but it's going to be very, 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 very hard to get sales. And then week 5 is basically offer delivery and positioning. And then week 6 is basically scaling. Person one at least makes steps. We have to outcompete ourselves and not comparing to others. 100%, man. Comparison is the thief of joy, right? Like, comparison is the thief of joy every single day of the week. And the only issue what we have right now, and correct me if I'm wrong here as well, CEO Armin, is that, oh well, I'll call you Armin right now. I think you changed your name. Let's see. Armin. Okay, I'll call you Armin now. Basically, correct me if I'm wrong here, but basically what happens is that, especially with the comparison, everyone does it, right? You called yourself CEO because you looked at other profiles, or someone said it to you that you see as credible, for example, right? So at the end of the day, it's all a step-by-step process, but the comparison is the thief of joy. And what's so special and valuable about you creating your own profile online, a theme page, for example, or a personal brand, is that it's you, right? Your creativity, the topic you like, the way you want to grow it, the username you want to choose, right? Obviously, there's some ton of rules to increase traffic, to increase conversions, to increase this, right? Yes, you are right that I need to be different, not the same shit as others. Man, I'm telling you, and correct me if I'm wrong here again as well, you're in those communities with those guys. But do you think that if, let's say, 100 people do the same thing, that everyone is going to be successful? Nope, nope, nope. You have to always stay close to yourself. Do you believe that, for example, what they're doing right now is going to get them to the exact same points that everyone's striving for? No. Use the relationships and the people around you for a certain goal, right? If I, for example, hire an outside consultant, which I did, I'm paying like 2K per month or so for him, or a bit less or a bit more, I'm not sure. What's basically happening is that his consulting, right, is going to get me to a certain goal, right? But I don't hire him to improve my life. I hire him to get more revenue, to optimize processes, to optimize my team, optimize the performance of my company in general, to grow my company, right? If I'm, for example, stuck at 20, 25K per month, then it's pretty hard to scale, right? Because you're basically in your own way. And if you, for example, neglect the growth, it's going to be fucking hard to grow in every area of your life. Do you think, for example, the first time you went to the gym or you had a workout, that you knew it all? Well, no, you didn't. And that's why you went to the gym. You went to the gym, or you looked on YouTube, or you did this, or you did that, right? To learn more about the gym, and then from there, specialize, or learn more, or make little tweaks, right? And those little tweaks will make the difference in you being a fucking beast, or not at all. Literally, one tweak I made for my gym, like last week, that's been my breakthrough this whole fucking year, is literally decreasing the amount of time I rest in between sets. That's it. Literally, that's it. I've not changed my diet. I've not changed my sleep schedule. I've not changed shit. But at the end of the day, I have 10 times better workouts. I have 10 times more muscle ache. I have do the exact same workouts, right? My sets and reps don't differ. The only thing that differs is the challenge, right? The rest in between the sets, right? And you have to do this on feeling. I don't, for example, count to 10, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then do it. I basically just do it on feeling. If I feel I want to do it, I'm gonna go, right? I'm not gonna be like, oh, I have to wait 15 seconds because my coach said I have to do 45 seconds. You know, like, fucking do it, man. Like, I'm not gonna be stopped by some sort of bullshit count. And I get it, right? Optimize and take your rest if you're doing hard sets and whatever. Cool, man. But then you're not challenging yourself. Or you have to be pushing with weight every single week, but you can't. You can't physically push in weight. You can't physically push in time or weight, right? And that's what you need to do for those sessions. So it's been mind-blowing for me, man. Like, my pump, everything has just been crazy. My whole body is completely numb right now, and it's been fucking amazing. I always love when my body just fucking hurts, because I can just sit here, do my talks, and actually know that I did shit. So, yeah, I know a few people are obviously typing. Also, sorry if I pronounce your name not correct. Nakash Lifts, but I guess you're a gym guy as well. Paul is also a gym guy. Paul's basically one of my one-on-one clients, by the way, guys. So if you want to connect with him, ask him any questions about his brand or whatever he's building, then feel free to text him as well. Let's see in the chat. Yes, you are right that I need to be different, not the same shit as others. Also, Armin, share how you are going to be different than other people. Very curious. You can use others to get yourself into rage to work harder, yet my English isn't good. Yeah, but it depends on why you want to do that. If, for example, you want to feel rage to be able to have a better workout, don't use it. because it's basically a spike in emotion and causes even more stress. What I would literally do is figure out, what are you, for example, annoyed about? What are your like deeper inner angers for people around you? Maybe about yourself, because you, for example, bingo, 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 were this person or one of the two, and out of 10 people that feel really, really shit, they actually know that they're one of these two persons, right? So either they're the person who does some shit and doesn't realize it's shit, or does something good but doesn't realize it's shit, or one person that does something shit and continues, right? So let's keep it at this right here. Let's see. Yeah, but person 2 thinks he's doing something good, but in reality it's shit, so he won't stop because he thinks it's good, but person no knows he's doing something bad and still can change. Exactly. Boom! You got it, man. You bang on. Because the thing is, with person 1, right? Oh wait, I have to say it right. Yeah, person 2 knows he can change, right? It's a matter of time before he will change, right? Or he will die. It's one of the two. But person 1 never knows he does something shit and continues to do it, and then at 40, 50, 70 year olds, right, that's when they will realize, and that's when something will change, right? I rest 10 seconds with maximum. I hope for one to another maximum 4 things at a set, 4 times failure progress, just under the extra round. Coach, you need at least 2 to 3 months if you're doing intensive work at science-based, and from my personal experience. Exactly, that's what I've been doing for the last 5 years, man, and it's completely fine, but I like to have a combination and a balance between, like, really intensive workouts and less intensive, but also trying to, like, not follow the science. Like, I've literally been looking better the last weeks by just doing that thing. And it's just, it's depending on how fast your muscles recover. And this is the thing. A one size fits all will never be the case. Never. And that's why you buying a coaching program, a mentoring program, you have to have some sort of one-on-one or special coaching just for you, whatever it is, right? Some support. Because if I, for example, give you this course, right, and I say, well, everyone can get 100,000 followers, it's not the case. It's depending on the person itself. It's the same thing with, for example, that science-based shit, right? A lot of people follow that, and then one person has this freaking interesting gene that then allows them to recover within 2 seconds, you know? And then they wait 2 to 3 minutes, and their whole workout is shit because the muscle's already recovered with the amount of, like, tears you make in the muscle. The only way a muscle grows is where you make tears in the muscle, then fill those tears with proteins, and then you grow, right? So for me, I'm just trying to make more tears and put my muscles under more stress and more friction to be able to grow more and to have more pain, for example. Right now, I've had the most muscle ache in the last 2 weeks that I've had in the last 3 years. So I don't care about the science shit. I do take it into account, for sure, but you have to test it out for yourself. And this is the next point I'm getting at here, which is also shown in the whole free program, which is, which no one has been, by the way, doing. Where is it? Not here. Fundamentals. Daily analysis and request feedback. No one size fits all, guys. It's based on testing. For example, you see all these guys online saying you need to meditate, you need to do this, you need to do that, right? Well, the thing is you don't. What you need to do is choose one thing, test it out, choose it for yourself, and then choose if you want to continue, change it around, or quit it. That's it. But now you tested it, and then in 1 year you're going to test it again, right? So for example, with meditation, right? Like, it's such bullshit if you, for example, don't meditate because you think it's fake, right? It's not. You just haven't tested it. And you're the one that's fake because you never tested something that you then claim is fake, but you never tested it for yourself, so you don't know it's fake, right? So it's the same thing with, for example, you saying every car that's red, it's bad, right? Every car that's red is bad. Have you ever driven in a car that's red, or touched it, or licked it, or smelled it? Well, you haven't, so you don't know if it's bad. Come on, guys, this is fucking simple ass shit, right? But it's literally making your breakthroughs in business, in life, in, for example, your workouts, right? Test. Don't listen, don't compare, don't do all that shit. Test for yourself. If you feel like after 30 minutes of your workout, you're done, right? Like after, for example, I don't know, an hour, if you feel like you're done, you're done. Listen to your body, listen to your feeling, listen to your gut. You don't want to be in the gym because you're forcing yourself to get a six-pack. If you truly want to get a six-pack, you'll be fine with staying 2 hours in the gym. Same thing with the business, right? If people don't want to spend 1-2 hours per day learning, growing, being on this call, watching videos, whatever, then It's never gonna happen, guys. It's never gonna happen. And then the desire to get there, so the purpose why you want to get there, right, is not big enough. The pain is not big enough. I am going to become successful. I am going to become successful in what I do. And to an extent I have. But I want more. My vision is way bigger than this. This is literally the first key steps, or like the few stepping stones, right? So it's the same thing with you. For the person watching me and listening to me. Like, you have to understand that your purpose, your why, is the first key stepping stone to then doing the second thing and the third thing. And ask yourself, of all the things you've been successful in with life, right, or in life, I don't know, you got a six-pack, you were this, you were that. What kind of reason did you start that? For what kind of reason? Was it for someone else? Was it for yourself? Was it because you were insecure, right? The insecurity of feeling that you're not big and small and this and that, that's the feeling, that's your why, because you're insecure. The insecurity equals your pain. It's not rocket science, but if you're doing shit for other people, if you're doing something that you don't want to do, you're not going to become successful at it. And all these people right now online, they let themselves be convinced of all these guys online shouting at them, well, great reset and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Like, no, just focus on yourself, focus on your why, focus on your purpose, define your purpose. And if you don't know what it is, try a bunch of fucking shit. Like, literally go outside, run around naked. Like, do shit, guys. Like, don't sit in your room, be watching videos and expect the videos to give you an answer. You need the experience. Do you think for example, do you think you can drive a car as the best driver ever by just reading books and by just watching YouTube videos? You can't. You can't become the best driver if you do that. Like, you just can't. You need to do it, and from doing it you will get feedback, and you feel that, right? You think it's a good idea to run around naked. I love it, man. I do it every single fucking day of my life. That's so true. Just go back from a run tomorrow, I will be naked. Yeah, but like, do shit, you know? Do shit that excites you. Like, even this call, like, it's free, you know? Like, people don't pay me shit for this, but I love it, man. I love sharing my knowledge. I love sharing these thoughts, these ideas to help you guys go to the next level as well. And then what I want from you is not your money. All I want from you is actually doing something with the shit I say. Analyzing it, getting feedback, implementing it, and actually doing it, guys, because it's the same thing as what we talked about before. You going to the gym, just wanting some quick results, this is not gonna get you shit. If your purpose is, and if your pain is not big enough to go to the gym, oh, you're insecure, and that's the feeling, and that's basically what it equals for you, your pain, to get to the gym, get your ass in the gym, become a fucking beast, become freaking Chris Bumstead, whatever it is, right? Freaking Larry Wheels and Ronnie Coleman shouting, yeah, buddy. You know, like, if you want to become like that, then go for it, man. But your purpose needs to be as big as them, right? Like, for example, I don't know, Elon Musk. Are you gonna ask him, well, did you ever have lack of motivation to do it? No. Motivation isn't even a thing for him. It's an emotion that's just there. He doesn't even use the emotion. He doesn't even let things influence that emotion. Motivation is emotion, right? Motivation is something that's caused by a spike of happiness, by a spike of, I think it's called neurons or neurophones or something like that. So the happiness feeling, right? So what happens is you have that spike and then you feel motivated. Maybe you get an idea. Maybe you have a conversation. Maybe you get some interesting stuff, right? But for them, they're always so purpose driven. They're always their why, purpose, this, that. And how do you think they got it? By fucking trying. Amazon, right? It started out with a fucking booklet store. I'm not sure if you know this story. Amazon started out as a booklet store. They sold some books on there. It was all fine. Then their like customers basically told them, well, I want to see more. I want to buy more on Amazon. I want to buy this. I want to have like a whole product range. And they were thinking like, not sure. But they didn't start out their life with thinking, I'm going to create the biggest Amazon store in life, right? They just did stuff. They became an entrepreneur. They went to the gym. They did this. They did that, right? They tried a whole bunch of different things. Then they collected feedback. Wait one sec. Feedback, right? Feedback from their current customers, from their current followers, from their current here, right? Feedback. Armin, send me your fucking offer, man. Analyze it. Feedback. Then what happened is they implemented the feedback. They opened their ears and they listened to the feedback. Then they implemented it. So what happened after implementing it? They got more results. No wonder, man. It's literally just me saying, hey, Harmon, I have money here and I want to buy your CEO name. And you just being like, I'm not sure what he's saying. Maybe he's saying something with my name or something. Identity card. What does he want? Am I steal my identity? What? Oh, no, never mind. Right? Now he lost out on money. Let's say he wants to sell a username, right? So you have to listen. You have to listen to what people are saying, what people are asking, and also your current customers, right? Ask them questions to better yourself, better your product, better your service, and then make more money, right? Your service and product just equals for the amount of value you just add, right? If I, for example, added so much value that every single customer that I got made 100K, they would have referred me hundreds of people. They were like, let's say for you, right? Take an example. What was one thing that you referred to other people, right? That you really liked? I can guess one thing, right? I can even bet for you guys. One of the people in here referred one thing that I know a lot of other people referred to one another. Can you guess what it is? It's very like big right now. Everyone knows it. And it's online. I'm giving away all the clues here. Like, just think of it. What's the one thing that you referred to other people online that's really big right now? Type it in the chat. I referred as in like said, hey guys, you need to get to that. You need to do that, right? It basically, Armin, what you referred to your friends, dick. Not your fucking affiliate link. What you referred your friends to, right? No guesses? No one knows? Interesting. Okay, well. Go to the gym. No. Yeah, okay. But right now, online. It's literally just, I could literally type it in right now and I have the website. Pump for the gym. No. Online, a website. I'm giving away all the clues here. This Discord. I appreciate it, Armin. Now it's better. Now we're given. Or we're even. Come on, guys. Think. What is something that has been the biggest thing for the last months that you referred to other people as well? Or you told other people about? I don't really have much friends online. Or offline, man. It doesn't matter. Just something you referred that's online right now, a website. Come on, think. The IG business. No. Way bigger. I'm gonna let Nakash lifts type and then I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna reveal the thing. Date? Nah, not really. Because if you were not in his program, then you would have not referred it. So, ChatGPT. You referred it to everyone. You referred it to all the people, right? You referred it to a lot of your friends. You maybe told other people about it, which is also referring it, right? ChatGPT, that's the answer. You referred it maybe subconsciously, maybe consciously, right, to other people. It's really interesting. You probably did. You probably talked about it with friends or whatever, and that's basically referring something. It basically means strengthening someone's credibility or telling someone about your experience about something new. So, let's continue with like the whole week-to-week process here. If you guys have any questions in the meantime, feel free to drop them in the chat. I actually have a mastermind not within a minute, but I think within an hour from now. So I have some time to grab a quick shower, grab some tea, finish off the day. But yeah, basically week 1 is all structured around your page. So the creation of your page. So coming back to yours, right? Right here. First, you need to optimize your bio. Then you need to optimize your name. Your name is optimized. It's good stuff. Or you choose an SEO name or you choose a brand name, right? Walter. Yeah. When they drop new shit, it gets spread around social media so quick. Boom, right? ChatGPT referrals, guys. And this is what I'm talking about, especially with like companies as well. If you, let's say, had a product or service that then could generate people 1 million a month within a week, you know, then it would be amazing. You know, you would tell everyone about it. You would tell your fucking dog about it. Come on, dog. Get on this, man. Get on this, man. 1 million a month within a week. Woo! You know, everyone gets excited about it because it's all about money and people add money or value to money and all. But let's look at your page. So your username isn't optimized. It has an underscore. Remove every single underscore, dot, like number, right? So I have 2 numbers. I have 2 words, sorry. First one is related to your niche, so millionaires, and the second one is a random one. Advantage, this. That's how all these AI businesses were built. Yep, exactly. So, question to you guys. What was a really big hype online that had to do with art? I'm telling you right now, just saying it like this. What had to do with art online? A really big online thing that people referred each other to. Come on, think. Art online. Come on, it's literally 3 letters. No. Big. Back in the day. Art. Yeah, NFT. Bingo. NFT. Right? How did it grow? Through fucking referrals. Through fucking people getting other people in. Or being active, etc. Right? That's how they grew. And that's how they added a lot of value to it in a certain amount of time. Right? Because one person does it. Then another person does it. Then the whole sheep crowd just follows as everyone the same thing, right? But coming back to your page looks really good in terms of the logo. Don't share any like reposted reels in here. Don't do it. It's a waste of your quality of your page. 146, 124. Okay, yeah, but you're not remixing, so that's basically what's killing it. If we go back to, for example, this is by the way me, guys. If anyone wants to follow me, quick promo in between, that people know I'm not talking all this bullshit. So let's look at, not my friend Six Figure Alex, but here. This is basically one of my clients, right? As I just showed you, he grew 23k followers within 30 days, right? And he all did it organically. Literally through the exact steps I showed in the free program, right? It's there, guys. It's there. Do what you want to do with it. I mean, Walter, the biggest guy here in this call right now is Walter. Just because he shared all the notes he took on the course. He shared all the notes and all the questions he had with me through the WhatsApp. He has personal contact with me, guys. Ooh, excited. But you can do the same thing in the Discord, right? I'm going to be as responsive here as on my WhatsApp. So it's your choice, guys. It's literally your choice. And you can attend these calls all you want, but if you don't do shit with it, please leave. Then this basically guy, what he basically did was, you remix, right? First he optimized his page, what we basically discussed in week 1, right? Optimize the page, the creation, the goal, the vision, mission, sort of plan, and then week to week basis he analyzes stuff, right? So he analyzes his page and he kind of sees, what can I do better about it? And that's what we exactly did with him as well. We analyze it week to week basis, right? Then let's see, for your page, you're not remixing, you're basically making all these covers yourself probably, right? And if you are, quit doing them, because it's a waste of your time. If you're not getting any views, the covers aren't going to mean shit. They're not going to be more valuable for your audience. The only thing that's going to be valuable are 2 things. Can you guess what? What are the 2 things that are super valuable for your audience? Why do people follow you? How do you get followers? What are the 2 things, guys? Share it in the chat. You should know by now. 2 things that grow and make an audience. Why people want to follow you, right? Entertainment and value. Close. It's more the feeling people get behind it. Several people are typing. Account optimization. I don't think people want to follow you because of account optimization, but I think account optimization will lead to your account being good, and then people want to follow you. So yes, but that's not the key thing. Attracting content. Indeed. Motivation, community building. Okay. We're getting there. Paul's typing. We're just waiting for Paul's answer. They love the content and keep in touch. Bingo. Content and organic growth. Organic growth strategies. Pull. Content. Push. This is literally the formula. So I'll actually draw it in here as well. Right? This is how pages grow. So you have your page right here. Page 1 and 2. This is literally the formula, right? So you have the push and the pull. And this is the exact same strategy in marketing. I can literally type it in right now. Push, pull, marketing. What is push, pull marketing? It's literally a proven fucking concept, guys. Strategy outbound, inbound, boom. It's not rocket science. It's not reinventing the whole fucking wheel. So push, what do you think push means? What does it equal to? I just named the 2 things that are most important. What does push equal to? What are you doing when pushing? Pushing something away from you. Posting stuff. Okay? Pushing content. Exactly. Bingo. So content you post. And what does content you post equal? Well, reels, carousels, stories, right? Everything like that, right? Posts, normal posts as well, right? Bombing content, putting audience, exactly, man. Bombing ass content. Why do you think those big ass fat bitches get as many likes as they do? Because a lot of guys like a big butt. Like, we can spin around the wheel, but we do, man. Okay, so we push our content, right? Push is basically content. Then we have pull. That's basically organic growth strategies. So, what are organic growth strategies, guys? Does anyone know yet? Putting an audience on views, creating input to receive output. Yeah, exactly. Creating input. Exactly, man. Basically, what you're doing with the push, you're basically pushing something out, right? Your output is a lot higher. You're putting in a lot of effort to get something back, right? So your personal output is basically trying to get other people to input something to you. Your input is pushing out content, then the output is hopefully getting something out of it, right? Which is engagement, likes, etc., right? And these are literally the key things to growing a page. Two things you need. Two things to growing a page. This is the first stage. If you don't have this dialed down, you can optimize your account all you want, but nothing's going to happen. This is step one. Step two is optimizing your account. This is understanding, let's say understanding this, then optimizing your account, then doing this, right? So organic growth strategies are indeed shoutouts for shoutouts, right? It's a little trick to bump up the value and bump up the volume, whatever, but it's also liking and commenting. It's literally simple, guys. It's so simple. Liking and commenting, and then liking the story, right? I got so many sales out of this just from doing this. Also my personal liking, commenting, liking the story, of liking, commenting, liking the story, right? Of your bingo follower avatar, right? You have to know who wants to follow you. Who wants to follow you, right? What are the people you want as followers? What are the people that are actually interested, right? If you're, for example, if you have an account, right, with big ass bombing bitch booties, then what's going to happen is if you're going to engage with grandmas that are 80 years old, right, if you're going to like their pictures and comment on their pictures, they're not going to look a second at your account to even give it a follow or decide to give it a follow because they're not interested in big booty bitches. They're old, man. They're going to pass away, right? They're not interested in that. So what happens is you have to understand who do you want to attract, right? Male, female, age, where they're from, everything, right? What type of audience is it? The tonality, right? Are they like Grant Cardone type of guys? Or are they Jordan Peterson type of guys? Or are they grandma type of girls? You know, like, you have to understand who do you want to attract. This is actually the first thing and the last thing you need. Let's write it down. And this is the exact same thing I discussed in the 3-hour call yesterday with my clients. Audience. Who who do you want to attract? Who do you want to sell to? Where are you going to find them, right? So this is basically the what, why, how, when, where formula. So I'll actually write it down for you. What, why, how, when, where. This is the formula. So, for your audience, what is your audience? Why did you choose that audience? Let's see. How did you choose that audience? When did you choose that audience? Where can I find them? Where did you choose the audience in general? Where can I find them? How can I find them? When can I find them? Like, so fucking simple, guys. It's so simple. Write down this formula. Use it for everything you do in life. Especially with like this online stuff because, let's look back, right? I'm just going to remind you again. Daily analyze and request feedback. Bingo, right? This is what you continuously do. You ask your question or ask questions like this. What, why, how, when, what? Or sorry, where? My bad. Then let's look at the push and pull strategy, right? So you're basically pushing out content, right? So then you need to answer your questions with how much, right? When, right? Also with that, what, why, how, when, where, right? What are you going to post? Why are you going to post it? How are you going to post it? When are you going to post it? Where are you going to post it, right? Fucking easy. Then let's look at all the answers. What are you going to post? Okay, my advice, write it all down. My advice is post 1 reel per day for a week. Then, quick reminder by the way, data analysis and request feedback. You look at your page, right? Let's look at the page. Within the first week, we saw 1 reel has 146 views. We don't look at numbers, we just look at what's higher, what's lower, what's medium, right? So we just look at this. What's the topic of this reel? Don't quit, noodles, don't noodles, okay? You're concerned with what was and what will be. Noodles, random noodles, I don't know what noodles were. Okay, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. Ah, nice, man. Okay, then what time did you post that? What hashtags did you use? What captions did you use? So time heals all wounds, I guess. You're making probably this content yourself. Quit it. Don't post this content yourself. Don't make it yourself, because subtitle videos, I'm not going to get into it right now, but it's very, very deep stuff. You really have to understand who you want to attract, why you want to attract them, when you want to attract them, how do you want to attract them, how the video is structured. The first 1 to 3 seconds need to have a spike in sound and a spike in interest. Then you need to shift around the like scenes, right? I'm just going to show you one example. Income parent, right here. So let's look at his videos. We already did in one of the last videos, and I'm sure no one actually like looked back at it. Let's look back at it here. So let's look at a random reel, right? I can already guess what's gonna happen. There's gonna be visuals, right? Pictures that are gonna be like sliding through or coming up, right? Then the second thing that's gonna happen is there's gonna be scene shifts every 1 to 5 seconds, right? So let's look at one piece of content randomly. You choose. I'm just gonna close my eyes. So, okay, there's an idea that's okay. Visual 1, visual 2, visual 3, visual 4, visual 5, visual 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 visuals in one video, guys. Woo! Like, and okay, let's look at your content. Oh, not this content. That was reposted, right? If you make your own subtitles, I'm just gonna roast your ass. Let's look at your own videos. 15 visuals. Let's start counting here, guys. Just remind me when we do start. No one's gonna pay attention to this, man. Everyone that creates reels does it the same fucking way. They look at viral podcast clips, they look at the recent podcasts, and then they make a clip, then they put some subtitles under it, and pray to God that it will go viral, right? But you have to understand the tonality of the audience you want to reach, right? For example, this is one of my accounts, Multimillionaire Mind. I actually posted it today on my story as well. It's basically from a friend of mine, Rick, right? This is one of the clients I helped, right? Rick, I'll just check him out here. Rick, I actually met up with him like yesterday or the day before. Not sure when this video will be out. Oh yeah, this is the guy that I started consulting with, like the 2K per month guy. This is Rick, right? Started with him and a testimonial of him. Great stuff. But he's been a killer, man. Like, let's look at his page. Do you think, if we look at his style, for example, I also did the same stuff with him because he did subtitle videos as well, right? We analyzed his page. We looked at what are the like videos that did really, really well and what are the videos that didn't really do good. So let's just look at it here. Let's just zoom out a little bit. I can't draw, unfortunately, because we're in Discord, but if I could, I would have drawn. Then let's look at this one. POV, you are driving with your brother. a wealth post, right? CEO Armin, you inspired the fuck out of him. But I told him, if you're gonna post this again, I don't want to be a partner with you anymore because this content is doo-doo, man. This is basically the stuff I was talking about here, right? Either he tries something that he thinks is good, but actually it's shit, and he doesn't know, so he keeps doing it, right? Or he does something that he knows is shit, and he keeps doing it. Let's look at your page again. Let's see where it is. Do you think your content is good if you're getting 100 views steadily on the last, I don't know how many posts? Something has got to change, man. And deep down inside, you either know it, or you don't, and you continue with what you're doing, and you're getting the same results, right? So if you don't get any results, if you don't even hit 1K within the first 7, 14, 10 days, whatever it is, then I don't know, man. You should definitely try to change something. First of all, the tips for you were change your bio, look at the program. It's exactly shown how you do it. Change your username, remove the underscore, don't use a dot, don't use numbers, right? Let's look at one of the usernames that I have. It's called business. Very unique one because it's one keyword. I have around 4 or 5 one keyword accounts like this. And I'm not going to share every one of them, but they are really good. And they are very good in conversion because people actually resonate with the keyword a lot more than people think. If you, for example, have a username like this, right? Business. I know I spelled it wrong. 1, 2, 3, bot, booty, dominator, 6. Do you think that username is going to attract people to follow it? No. So if something that's so extraordinary, this is a very like simple example, right? Very like extraordinary example, but at the end of the day, it shows the same thing, but to a larger extent. So how does it make sense that you do something that isn't working? If you're not getting any profile conversions, you're doing something wrong. And 9 out of 10 times it's got to do with your profile optimization, your content, or your push and pull strategy. That's it. Literally, that's it. That's all we do with our clients. We analyze and we look, okay, which person are you, right? Are you person 1 or are you person 2, right? Which one are you, right? Same thing in your life. If, for example, my friend was just trying something out randomly, completely fine, right? But if he tried something out that wasn't working for him and he kept doing it, he was either being foolish or he didn't know it didn't work. But you too know it works. You can see it in the views. 21k and 44k. There's apparently a 50% increase on one of the posts. What's happening here, right? So 9 out of 10 people don't know exactly why shit works or why shit doesn't work. That's the key in social media. And how do you think people can get that? Experience. Testing. Doing. It's not through fucking books, guys. Like, you have to test stuff. You have to create this daily feedback loop. And feedback. Also, one quick thing in between, right? The most highest performance in the whole world have the shortest feedback loop. Do you think this will get people quicker to their goals than this? Which one? Number 2 or number 1? Type it in the chat. 1 or 2. Which one will get people quicker to their goals? A feedback loop. And a feedback loop basically means that people give you feedback or you give yourself feedback. 2, Paul, shut up, man. It's 1 because the feedback is shorter. It's shorter in between you doing something and you getting feedback, so you can decide to do it differently, right? If you, let's say, have a coach and you're not reaching out to the person to change something, then what's going to happen is you're going to have to wait a week. Then you're doing the exact same thing that you're doing that you felt like was shit. So you were actually person 2 right here at the beginning, right? Person 2 on the top, right? Or you're person 1. Then your feedback is going to be dog shit. And the amount of output you're going to have on a bigger scale is going to be shitter just because the feedback loop is so much longer, right? Oh, I misunderstood you. Never mind, man. No worries. But yeah, with feedback loop, I mean, you do something. You want feedback. The time in between this is super valuable. You want to get feedback like this because you want to move. You want to move with speed. Business is all about speed. It's all about the feedback loop being short, speed, and knowing in your surroundings who you could use for that feedback and that like loop, right? To like decrease that loop. That's why people, and mainly business owners, work with consultants and don't buy courses, don't buy coachings, right? Like, I'm not going to be in a group coaching my whole fucking day. Like, I need specific advice for me, right? I need that feedback loop. If I can't get one-on-one support with someone, I'm not going to buy his coaching or consulting, however they want to call it, right? One-on-one support is the golden key to short feedback loops, because you get access to the person that has already done it within a short amount of time, right? You can just ask them, like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and it's not working, this is not working, this is not working. So let's look back at this, the push and pull. This is basically all you need to be able to grow your page. If your content is shit, your page is not going to grow. So you have to go back there, what we just draw, right? With, for example, person 1 that knows they're doing something shit and continues. And person 2, or the other way around, that thinks they're doing something, well, good, but it's actually equaling shit, right? So either option 1 or option 2, right? So with this as well, if you don't know how to, for example, do organic growth, then ask yourself, who in your feedback loop, in your network, in your, like, people who you know can help you with this? Bingo! The community, guys. Fucking hell. Type it in the chat. Ask feedback. Like, for example, with the organic growth strategy, I'm giving everything away here. I'm literally, like, at the beginning of the call, I already told you guys, I have a paid client group, right? They're paying me 2, 4K, even 6K to be able to get access to me, my one-on-one coaching, the stuff we have. We have a whole program with 145 or 35 video modules that are week-to-week basis. Exactly what I explain here, right? But it doesn't mean to say that all the shit I'm doing here is not as valuable. I'm just giving away a lot more stuff in a short amount of time. And I want to even put like a few weekly videos and recordings on YouTube that are 3 hours long. But you're not going to sit on 3 hours to watch that video because you want to play video games. You want to go and sit on your phone, get the quick hack in 20 seconds because you want everything like that, right? But it's not going to get you there. Guys, concerning theme pages, is it okay to repost? 100%, man. This is literally our strategy, right? So let's look at the client that got so many views, right? And followers in a short amount of time. We analyzed what was working, what wasn't, right? So for example, there's a big difference between him. By the way, Armin, you influenced my friend here as well. My fucking great colleague, partner, however you want to call it, client, student, mentor, mentee, sorry. To post this. I was like, man, don't post this, man. I don't even want to be your mentor anymore if you post this. You want to know why? Because everyone is doing it. And when everyone is doing it, nothing's going to work. So at the end of the day, especially with this, you want to do it for the long term. And what we did with him was we analyzed what worked and what didn't. And in, for example, this, you have the 3 E's of content, right? In the topic of your content. So let's look at it here. We can actually just draw it all the way in here. Also stuff I talk about in the paid program, but I'm giving it away for free. So guess, type it in the chat. 3 E's of content. Type it in the chat, guys. If you don't know, don't type shit, but then I'm just gonna share it with you slowly but surely. Educational. Entertaining, bingo. And the last one. Think, guys, think. Must create curiosity. Sorry, Walter, it's one word. Educational, entertaining, and unique. It's with an E. E is with a U. Or unique is with a U. Paul should know this. He's in my private client group. Think of like human emotions. People can educate themselves, right? They study, they learn, they can entertain themselves. But when they're feeling down, what's that, right? What is a pain? What is a desire? What does that translate to? Endorsement? No, of course not. Pain doesn't doesn't translate to endorsement. What is a pain? What is a desire? What is happiness? What is sadness? Come on, I'm giving it away here. Emotion! Bingo! Emotional content. Paul got it. He got the bingo. Emotional. Right? This is basically what creates your content. So in subtitles, in, for example, reposts and everything, you have to understand your niche, right? your audience. Then, for example, strategies, like for example, the VRSA system to like choose content, right? Which content are you going to choose? Which content are you aren't going to choose, etc., right? You basically just have a checklist. Check, 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 right? And if all the checkboxes are checked, the chance of you going viral is really, really high. This is literally what I do. I sent a couple of reels to my clients and I told them, post this and I can 90% guarantee, not 100%, 90% guarantee that you will go viral. What happened? Bingo! They went viral. And what do you think I used? I didn't use my ultimate experience of 6 years in total in the niche. I just used the system. Niche, audience, VRSA system, and also 3 E's of content, guys. And I could be teaching this stuff to corporate, like, law firms and fucking companies. Because this is really, really easy shit. It's the same thing with an ad set, right? If you, for example, have an ad set on Facebook, is also something I talked about in the 3-hour call yesterday. The ad set in Facebook also depends on the VRSA system a lot, right? So VRSA stands for Virality, Recency, VRSA style, and account. Virality basically means the statistics of the video itself. Views, likes, comparison between each other, and you can actually like divide them between each other, times them by 100, and then you get the percentage. So percentage calculation, right? So for example, let's say you have views and then likes, right? Let's say you have 1 million views and 100k likes, right? This equals to 10%, right? So let's say you choose your content for the V based on a 10% or above, then you now can just calculate this. But even if you have like 300k views and you have, let's say, 20k likes, which is below 10%, right? Then you won't post it. Same thing with 100k. 100k views, 10k likes. If the likes are below 10k with 100k views, you're not going to post it, right? So the more viral something gets, you can increase your percentages, right? But this goes really, really deep. I'm not going to talk about it today. Just because we don't have time. I'm not going to sit here for 3 hours. But it's very, very simple to do. The recency is, the more recent a piece of content is, recent, the better. And you want to know why? Because it's unique. Bingo. And what do content platforms love the most? Unique fucking content. I always get 10-20% like per view. Is that good? 10-20% like per view. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Yeah. Obviously you want to have peaks, but this mainly goes about the VRSA system. Mainly goes about like collecting content, right? I'm actually going to show you in here. Yeah, the thing is I can't share my screen in here. Next time we'll do it on Zoom for people who want to like obviously attend this more often. And then I'll share my screen or maybe send a screen recording, because I can then show how I, for example, choose my content, but also draw my screen. So if I, for example, I did it yesterday as well with the clients. Maybe I can share it in here. Oh man, my drawings yesterday were great. Look at all of this. See, the what, why, how, when system as well. Okay, so yeah, well, just look at this, because this is what we did. I'm not sure exactly where it is. I need to start drawing. Oh, more drawings. What, why, how, when system. Yeah, see? VRSA. I'm using the system here, guys. I basically saved this piece of content, right? With 47k likes of BLNQ quotes. Okay, so recency is checked, right? Virality is checked as well, right? Because virality basically means the likes, right? Oh, let me just go back. I'm gonna go back a bit. It goes too fast. Man, why is this glitching? Okay, VRSA, right? So virality basically means the statistics. We basically calculated the amount of views it had and divided it by the amount of likes. So 47k likes, it got like, I don't know how many 100,000 views, but we divided one another by each other. We said, okay, our rule for this example is that it needs to be above 10%. Now what we did was we just checkboxed the things, right? Recency, it's below 7 days. That's the rule. Below 7 days, okay, check. Then we check the style, right? The style of the content basically means that it works on my account. If let's say I post well stuff, but it never worked, right? Then it doesn't make sense, right? So here we're actually going to check the views as well. So we go to the account, right? We check the account. It only has 40k followers, right? It's not super big in terms of content. See, 283k views. We're also going to calculate it right now. 380k views. 283k views, right? 1, 2, 3. Then what we do is we take the smaller number, so 47,000, and divide it by 280 or 38000 views, and then we do it times 100. So smaller divided by big times 100, and then we get, not sure if you can see it, 20%. So we get 20%. That basically means that 20% of all the people that saw it actually liked it. And then you can even go a step further. You can actually compare it with likes versus comments, comments versus shares, right? Shares versus saves on TikTok, right? So I'll just continue this, right? Then we checkbox the V of VRSA. We checkbox the R, right? Then the S as well, because the style with black and white, this topic of the video, right? The 3 E's of content works on my page, right? The niche was checked off. I know it suits the audience. Check, but I already did this in my mind because I already know. Then the account. That's the last VRSA, right? Account. Did I collect it from a small account or a big account? The sum of rule 40A is the smaller the account is, the better it is in terms of content. Do tags play a big important role? What do you mean with tags? Hashtags probably. Not as much as you think. If you use the content, the push-pull strategy, the organic growth strategies, your audience, the VRSA system, the niche, all of those things to define your content, your organic growth strategies, know who you want to attract, do that on a daily basis, use the daily workflow that I showed in the fucking free program. Daily workflow, guys. Do this in the morning, do this in the evening, do this in the afternoon. Boom, 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 boom. 15 minutes. It requires literally 45 minutes of your time per day to grow your page. I mean, we're all shitting 45 minutes a day, right? I mean, at least I'm not, but I hope you aren't as well. It's a fucking waste of time. But on average, let's say we all shit around half an hour a day with some screen time involved, right? We could grow our fucking page. You can use all the time in the world you do. You walk outside, you grab your phone, you look at your screen time. Just be realistic, right? So either, remember, you're person 1 or person 2. Gotta go, guys. Sorry, guys. No worries, man. Well, it's good to have you here, Paul. Basically, in terms of those 2 people, either you're the person that's doing something shit, that knows they're doing it, but continues doing it, or you're the person that continues or does something that thinks they're good, but it's actually shit and continues doing it. Like, it's literally a spinning cycle, right? Same thing with this. If you don't improve and implement all the stuff that I'm teaching, you're either one of those 2 people, right? Because who has gotten 4.6 million followers here? Who has gotten hundreds of thousands of views and millions of views here, right? If you don't get consistently views on this, if you don't improve, and if you don't have 6 years of experience, don't try it yourself. Listen to what I'm saying, implement it, and then try it yourself. Request feedback, right? Daily feedback loops, right? I need to study so I can hear you. Does the VRA system work for every subniche? It works for everything, literally. Try it for an ad. Try it for Facebook ads, right? Okay, Facebook ads, right? VRSA system. Virality basically means you can literally look at your competitors' Facebook ads, right? You can literally use tools for this and type in Armin's Facebook ad. Boom, you get all the ads, right? You can put this into a system. Okay, I don't want to be more than, I want to have it higher than 20%. Okay, calculate, boom. Armin's ad, it's 18%. No, right? You just divide the amount of likes it has or impressions it has by the leads it has. You can use all kinds of tools to like get all that information because it's public. Then the next step is recent, right? Is Armin's ad recent, right? Is it from 5 years old? I wouldn't want to post it because it was from 5 years old. So that data isn't accurate, right? Like, for example, if you were to invest right now based on, I don't know, years ago of how the gym worked, or for example, let's take something with AI, right? Would you write hundreds of essays? Would you get a copywriting job like 4 years ago if you didn't know AI was going to exist? Or if you know AI was going to exist? Answer is no, right? So basically with the recency, we always want to keep it recent because the data is accurate, right? And then the style, that's basically what you need to figure out for yourself. What works in your niche? What style works in your niche? Is it a meme? Is it a style of people like this and drinking some beer or champagne, right? Or people inviting you to whatever. And then the ad purpose is what you choose, right? Educational, emotional, entertaining, right? And then the goal of the ad, right? What we did with our account. The goal of the ad. Is your ad going for leads? Is your ad going for impressions? What's the goal of the ad, right? Then the account. The account you get it from. Let's say Armin spends $2,000 per month on ads, right? And I want to spend $100. It doesn't really suit each other, right? Because Instagram and Facebook, they reward people who spend more. So his impressions and likes and whatever engagement is always going to be more than mine. Even if we compare it, my $100 is nothing going to be compared to his. So we want to find ads that are going to spend the same amount, right? Or we just take a guess and we can't find anyone, then we just choose Armin because you checkbox 3 of the 4, right? That's the rule for the VRSA system. We actually checkbox 3 of the 4 things, and then we choose the content. Then we choose the ad. Then we choose whatever we're gonna do. If we don't checkbox like 3 out of 4, we don't use it. Just because it isn't gonna work. Like, it's gonna flop, right? We could even apply it on all of your pages. Drop your page, right? We're gonna apply the VRSA system. See where you got the content from, right? That's what you need to always save and analyze, right? Daily feedback loops, guys. So then we analyze that, and I basically tell Akil and Richmond here, okay, you can also compare, for example, your likes, comments, and shares with each other, right? Then let's see. And then I just go into the percentages, right? Like, you can do percentages, you can do is, and I also go into the ad, as you can see, right? Facebook ad, the V and the R are basically the numbers, right? The S and the A are the content, right? The style of the content, the ad itself, the ad copy, right? Then, for example, the V, virality, could be, for example, the ROAS, return on advertisement, right? So, for example, or return on advertisement spent. So, for example, if you spend X, you get X out of it, right? You can see all this data online, guys. You can use all kinds of tools to look at competitors, but you can use this system for whatever. Then the recency, monthly, daily, yearly, quarterly, right? You just analyze, when did this ad got posted? When was this trending? When was this viral? How frequently have we seen this for the last couple of months, right? And the one important thing, as you can see on the bottom left, is audience. Because if you don't understand who you're going to market to, you're going to market to random sheep in the air, and they're just going to float away because they're floating randomly in the air somewhere, and we don't know where the fuck we're blah, blah, blah. You see, it's all weird. It's no target, right? If I don't have a purpose right now to teach you guys, it's going to be like, yeah, blah, blah, oh, elephants, blah, VRSA, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's, vague, weird. We don't know what, how, when. If you don't understand your audience, you're never going to sell shit. You're never going to make a lot of money from it. You're never going to grow a page. You have to understand, who are you targeting, right? Just map it out. Map it out simply. Demographics, age, male, female, what topics do they like, educational, emotional, entertainment, right? Little things like that. And it will get you so far. So, any questions, guys? Because it's been going on for around 1 hour and 40 minutes. But this is pretty good stuff. I'm also going to take screenshots and share it with you. But overall, let's continue with each stage in the next weeks, right? Next week we have a call at this time again as well. Time for some page analysis. Drop your page in the thingy in the text box, and then we'll analyze it. And I'm gonna close my window real quick. Drop your page. Upper class universe. Alright, alright. Yeah, well, you were first, Walter White. Okay. Nakash lifts. Why aren't you on Instagram? Oh, 1,300 followers. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, apply the VRSA system, Walter. And also use a better downloader because this content looks quality really shit. Also with this, pretty vague and no purpose, no caption. Views of Friday, follow us. No. Optimize your caption. Look at Billionaire Director. One of my pages. Look at the caption. I still didn't create an Instagram account. I mean, I'm telling you, you're either the person who knows they're doing something shit, continues doing it, or you're someone that knows they're doing something and thinks it's good, actually it's shit. Take a screenshot of this, put it as your background. Like, every time you do something shit, use this. I use it myself as well. Am I doing something that I think is shit or that I know is shit? So, let's look at your page again. Walter White. Okay, this is good stuff. Like, posting, I would post like 2 stories a day. Maybe 3. 2, 3. Also, by the way, guys, if you guys want to get a free shout out on my page, at Alex Thompson, pretty big page, on my stories, make sure to take a photo of this, take a video, take whatever, and maybe even of this. You can do it right now. Alright? And post it on your story, and then like repost it. Repost it on your story, tag me in the story, and then I'll repost it as well. Just for the free stuff. I hope you guys got the pics, because I'm not gonna do it again. Upper class, let's see. Yeah, I would use the VRSA system. And in terms of the highlights, pretty good. Took the screen. In terms of the pictures, I wouldn't post too many pictures if I were you. I would really focus on the quality side of things. I would figure out how can you download the most qualitative pictures as possible. That's it. Literally, that's what I would do. Because for you, it's about remixing the quality stuff. And VRSA, there's standards to every piece of content. There's standards with quality, keeping within the borders, right? Reels weren't made to go outside of the borders, or like have black and then a video, right? It wasn't made like that, unless it's your style, right? If your style is, for example, like Advice, which is a friend of mine. Let's look at Advice's account. See? They have a video and style of this account to have videos within a certain frame, right? So for them, their audience, 13 million people, are used to it, right? They're used to this shit. So at the end of the day, if they, for example, try something else, you know, it's going to have a larger impact on their engagement because of the change of style. So for you, the style you need to adopt is something really classy, something really high quality. Go on Pinterest maybe, something not vague like this. Not sure if it was my screen or yours. Optimize the caption, right? Just go to my account here. Follow at something, change your life, hashtags, PS, this, right? I don't know. It's also in the program how you optimize your caption. I would post more videos than photos. and I would post around. Try it week to week basis. Try this week once a day, analyze results. Try next week 2 times per day. I would be person 2 if I changed style. Yeah, indeed, you were. All right, let's see. Then what we're gonna look at is another page. Dog emoji or something like that. Okay, first things first, your name is not optimized. People do not like this. Even if you like it, I don't care. Don't do this. Click, poll, funny, growth, click. I'm not sure exactly what this is. Poll and fun activities. Okay, that's pretty funny. Logo is good. No, engagement is really, really bad on this. See, 8K, 3K. Stop doing the screen stuff. It's killing your account. It's literally like the one blocker in your account right now that's like preventing you from growing. If you wanted to create an account like that in that style, do it from the start, not change it up. And then use the VRSA system, right? That's what I was saying before. If, for example, your account is already like used to this style, right? The people, then keep doing it. Like, you found a proven module or thing right here, right? So for you, it's either you're doing something shit and you know it's shit and you continue doing it, or you think it's good, but it's actually shit. And I think you knew it was shit because you can just look at the engagement. It's really funny on Instagram. You can just get feedback instantly by just looking at engagement. Engagement just shows all people liked it or people didn't. It's not that complicated. So yeah, that's what I would do. I would remove all the green stuff, just like archive it, because your engagement of your account is made up out of all the profile and like all the pics and videos and whatever on your account, on your profile grid, right? So if you, for example, archive this, your engagement will skyrocket. If this, let's say, has 2 likes and this has 100, 200, 5K, whatever. So archive all of the green ones and then your engagement will skyrocket. Double down on what's working in here, right? Understand the VRSA system, understand where you got this video from and this video, right? Understand the difference because these views are pretty big in terms of the difference. And then just do the same stuff as you did here. Nakash lifts on TikTok. Well, the thing is, TikTok is kind of a different algorithm than Instagram, but it is similar. Let's look at it. Wait. Didn't we have a call? I was about to say, you have a different name in here, but like I have you as Mohammed on my phone. Okay. Okay, use different songs. That's step 1. Depends. If you want to attract people that really love those songs, right? Which are probably, I don't know, I'm just guessing here, Moroccan, Turkish, etc. people. Or maybe Indian, Middle Eastern, right? Fine. But if you want not your audience to be like that, then don't do it. Don't post that or use that sound, right? Yeah, these like, how do you say that? Carousels work really good on TikTok. Same thing in here, right? Oh. Have 2 or 3 slides maximum. God damn, look at that change, guys. Give him some respect, man. Give him some credit here. Throw it at him. Throw it at him. But yeah, in terms of this, I would try to switch to Instagram ASAP and then edit it in TikTok. download it through a watermark remover, go through the whole free program, right? That's in sign up here in premium, right? Go through the whole free program, consume all the knowledge, take notes, see if you can implement anything on your Instagram, because your TikTok is always going to be like the second thing. Instagram is going to be the main thing. Instagram is a combination of TikTok, LinkedIn, Pinterest, etc. in one, because it has such a wide range of people. It has 40-year-olds, it has 10-year-olds, it has 30-year-olds, right? It's not one specific type of audience. For example, at the beginning of TikTok, all the youngsters, all the people like under 22 were on TikTok. So if you, let's say, sold a product to 30-year-olds, don't go on TikTok, guys. This was the most common mistakes for companies as well, right? If you, for example, go on Facebook right now, that's for very old people. Right now, majority of Facebook users are, like, active users are pretty old, like above 30, right? Majority. Not saying everyone, majority, right? Then for Instagram, it's basically a wide range of people. But for TikTok right now, what we're seeing is that the 40, 50, bit of 30-year-olds are also increasing a lot in terms of users, because they're discovering TikTok and actually getting addicted to it. But TikTok is not a good way to market it, because it just hasn't as many features as Instagram, and Instagram has just been around a lot longer than, for example, TikTok. Okay, no other pages, good stuff. Quick question, how much on average should I post in a day? Test it out. 1 week, post once a day. Week 2, post twice a day. Compare results. Choose. Easy as that. And don't overstress these little things. Like, literally just go into the free program. Just join in. Go to my YouTube channel. Consume all the knowledge. Just do it in steps. And remember to do this 1 or 2. Which person are you? Then push and pull, guys. Understand your audience. What, why, how, when, where. Your content is a push. You post. Shout out for shout out. Liking, connecting, commenting, liking the story, etc. of your follower avatar. Go into different competitors' accounts. Go to their recent likes. Go to their recent comments. Go to their profiles of the followers, right? See if they're your target audience and engage with them. Leave them a nice comment, whatever it is. I've gotten like at least 3 clients out of just doing this through my personal brand. Just having a unique comment, right? Love the content, and then with love the content, your weightlifting skills are 1 level higher than my One Punch Man skill. I don't know, something random, and people think like, what the fuck? And then they realize it, and they read it, and they're like, oh, nice, and then they go to your page. That's the goal with engagement. Then Virality, VRSA system, 3 E's of content. Your checklist, niche, audience, VRSA system, 3 E's of content. Take screenshots, take photos, review the whole video. That was about it. I mean, I have a bunch of shit here, but cool, guys. Then, any last questions before we hop off?